Hi everyone, it's Albert. Today let's solve the context median question, evaluate the bracket pairs of a string. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be constantly solving good and classic LeetCode questions with clear explanation, animation, and visualization. Now let's look at the question. In this question, we are given a string S that contains some bracket pairs, with each pair containing a non-empty key. So for example, in this string, there are two bracket pairs that contains the keys, name, and age. And we know beforehand the values of a wide range of keys, and it is represented by a 2D string array knowledge, where each item, knowledge I, is array of key and value I, and it indicates that the key I has a value of value I. And we are asked to evaluate all the bracket pairs. And evaluate a bracket pair means that we will replace key I to the corresponding value I. And if we do not know the value of the key, then we will replace a key I and a bracket pair with a question mark. And each key will appear at most once in your knowledge array, and there will not be any nested brackets in S. And we have to return the resulting string after evaluating all of the bracket pairs. So for example 1, with the input name is age years old and the knowledge array, the output will be Bob is 2 years old, with name replaced by Bob and age replaced by 2. And in example 2, there's only one bracket pair and the key is name, which is not in the knowledge array, so it will be replaced by question mark. And in example 3, the 3 A's in the bracket pairs will be replaced by yes. And in example 4, A and B will be replaced by each other, which is in the corresponding knowledge array. And data constraint, the length of the string and the knowledge array can go up to 10 to the power of 5. To solve this question, it's pretty intuitive and straightforward. First, we can turn the knowledge array into a hash map in order to utilize the constant time lookup feature of hash map. And then we'll perform a linear scan on the input S and check if the key in the bracket pairs exists in the hash map M and append the value in res. And this approach, both time and space complexity will be linear. Now let's look at the code. Okay, the first step is to create a hash map from the knowledge array using Python's dictionary comprehension. And here we will set up some variables. Res, which is the final output, and current is the current string inside of bracket pairs, and a flag in bracket to indicate whether we are in the bracket pairs or not. And next, we will iterate through the input S, and there are different conditions. When we hit the left or right brackets, the in bracket flag will be updated, and current or question mark will be appended to res accordingly. And when we are inside a bracket pairs, we will just append the letter into current. Otherwise, we will append the character into the res array. And at the end, we will concatenate all the characters and strings in the res array and then return as a whole string. Now let's see the code in action. Here we'll be looking at example 1. So the knowledge array is name, Bob, age, and 2. And the input string S has name and age inside a bracket pair. So the first step is to turn the knowledge array into a hash map, and then set up the variables current, res, and in bracket flag. And starting from the first character in S, we hit a left bracket, so the in bracket flag will be updated to true. And then up to the right bracket, Now current is name, which is a string inside the bracket pairs, and it will be reset to empty string. And we will append the corresponding value of name, which is Bob, into the rest array. And the in bracket pair will be updated to false, which means that now we are leaving the bracket pairs. And before we hit another left bracket, the characters in between will be appended to rest array directly. And now we hit another left bracket, so the in bracket flag will be updated to true. And then all the way up to the right bracket, current is age, which is a string inside that bracket pair, and it will be reset to empty. And we'll append the corresponding value of age, which is 2, into rest, and in bracket will be updated to false again. And all the way to the end, there's no other bracket pairs, so the letters will be just appended to the rest array directly. And we will concatenate the letters and strings in the rest array, so the final output string is Bob is 2 years old. And this will conclude the algorithm. Finally, let's review. So this is not a very difficult question, and it's a perfect application of hash map and linear scan with conditions. And the main idea is to first turn the knowledge array into a hash map to improve lookup efficiency. And then we will perform a linear scan on the input string S and check if the key exists in the hash map M, and then append the value into rest. And both time and space complexity will be linear, big O of n. And that will be all for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.